To be honest with you, I thought we'd be further ahead by now. At the start of the year, we had a clear plan: grow the team, improve our systems, get organised and take the business to the next level. But the reality of running a business is never quite that simple. Over the last few weeks, we've had delays, staff changes, jobs overrunning, snagging lists that never seem to end, and the constant challenge of trying to keep everything moving at once. Every time we feel like we're getting somewhere, something else pops up that needs our attention. And before you know it, you're spending more time catching up than actually moving forward. And the frustrating thing is, we've been working harder than ever. The team's been putting in the hours, jobs are getting done, clients are happy, but when you're in the middle of it all, it can still feel like you're not making the progress you thought you would. So this week, we're stripping it all back. No big announcements, no major projects, just a simple mission. Finish what we've started, get these jobs over the line, and finally start building some momentum again. Right, it's just about 8. Just got into my car. 3 a.m. finish yesterday, so yeah, I mean, imagine absolutely fucking exhausted today, but I'm gonna get into work. Got our list of jobs that need to be done this week. I'm gonna, boys are already in the workshop getting what they need to get done. Some furniture's getting delivered. I'm gonna go snag a job, and then I'm gonna go to another job, and then I'm gonna come back to the workshop later on and do some spraying. But it's gonna be a flat out rest of the week, and yeah, not really looking forward to it. But once we're over the hump of this week, next week we're back on schedule and start moving forward with these plans and get the show on the road. So yeah. The hardest part isn't starting jobs, it's finishing them. Anyone can start a project full of energy and excitement, but it's the final stretch that always seems to take the longest. The last few doors to fit, the final snagging list, the touch-ups, the cleaning, the little details that nobody really notices when they're done properly, but everyone notices if they're missed. And over the last few weeks, that's exactly where we found ourselves. Not starting jobs, not winning work, just trying to get projects over the line and delivered to the standard we expect. The reality is that final 5% can often take as much effort as the first 95%. But those finishing touches are what separate a good company from a great one. So this week, our focus has been simple. No shortcuts, rushing on to the next job, just finishing what we've started and getting these jobs handed over properly. You ready to learn some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, happy days. At the same time, we're trying to grow the business and invest in the future. One of the biggest parts of that is training people properly, and that's where Jack comes in. Jack's only 17 years old, but from the moment he joined the team, he's shown something that you can't really teach. He's got initiative, he's got a good attitude, and more importantly, he's got his head screwed on. A lot of young people struggle to find direction these days, but Jack's always asking questions, always looking to learn, and always trying to improve. You can show someone how to do a task, but the real skill is being able to absorb that information, understand it, and then put it into practice. And that's something Jack has done really well. He's quickly become a valued part of the team, and it's great to see his confidence growing every week. For us, it's about much more than just teaching someone how to paint or spray a kitchen. It's about helping people build skills, confidence, and a future for themselves. And in the past, we've even paid for members of our team to get their driving license because we know how important that is. Having a driving license isn't just about getting from A to B. It's about independence, opportunity, and confidence. A lot of people leave school and don't achieve many milestones afterwards. Sometimes all they need is a win. Passing a driving test might seem like a small thing to some people, but we've seen firsthand the confidence it gives someone. It changes the way they carry themselves, opens doors, and gives them belief in what they're capable of achieving next. That's one of the reasons we're building the Signature Academy. The goal is to create opportunities for people, whether they're leaving school, changing careers, or simply looking for a chance to learn a trade and build a better future. Because the reality is, finding work when you have little or no experience can be incredibly difficult. Everybody wants experience, but very few people are willing to give someone that first opportunity. And we want to change that. We want to create an environment where people can learn, develop valuable life skills, gain confidence, and grow alongside the company. If we can help turn that challenge into an opportunity and build the next generation of decorators, spray painters, leaders and business owners along the way, then that's something we're incredibly proud to be a part of. So, if you have a little look through all the doors, can you see any sign of runs there?
Yeah.
Well. Okay, that's almost more than a little spit, like, you know?
Apart from that, no.
Apart from that, yeah? Like a tiny little spit on the back of a drawer is nothing. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna pull in really nice. Right, we made it to the end of the week. It was a late one last night till 11:30, but today's Mikey's birthday, so I've gone to the court. I've got him. He's gonna hate me, but I got him a little cake and I'm just banging a few candles in. I just spoke to the apprentice, he says he's in. So let's go and surprise him. He hates this shit, so we'll see what he says. Hey, happy birthday.
That's why you're a grumpy prick.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you. Go on, make a wish. Half of them blew out. Hooray! Hooray!
We're not going to keep going.
Right, we've got the last couple of jobs to finish today. Mikey's birthday. We're just in the car, cruising, chilling. Alright, so big fuck ups on Friday, thinking we're going to hand over all these kitchens. One of the kitchens, there was no notes left behind on our system, so turns out the client wanted to fit new door handles on the kitchen. So we finished the kitchen, we fitted everything back on, we even done extra work there, painted the ceilings and walls just to really leave the client happy, like free of charge. Fitted the doors back on, and then one of the lads walked into the lounge and seen some doorknobs on the thing. He was like, do you reckon the doorknobs were to be changed? And client had left a note on the door saying refit handles, but I just thought refit existing handles. And then we got another kitchen which we're handing over. That's all fine, apart from with all of this, I drilled one of the doorknobs on the wrong side of the door. So a doorknob isn't like the end of the world, but I've had to drive all the way back to the workshop, pick up the paint, go back, fill, sand and touch up the door. So that's another dilemma. And then this other kitchen that we're doing, which was just a final coat worktops that we done spray granite. Client wanted it a bit heavier, so this morning we were meant to go straight in there and top coats to seal it all in. And the client came in and said, oh, you know, we'd like a little bit more, a little bit heavier. So we had to redo the worktops this morning, just respray it with the spray granite. So obviously that's had a knock-on effect with everything else. So yeah, fuck me. Like, it just feels like we just can't get out of this rut that we're in. So anyway, so I made a plan for Monday. I'm postponing starting any more jobs. And me and Mikey are going to go around and we're going to get all the jobs done and finished and completed and fully signed off before we touch another job. And I think this is probably one of the problems that we've been doing. We've not wanted to let down the clients, so we start the jobs, get them all like up to scratch, and then, you know, one thing or another ends up giving way, and then we end up in a predicament with 2 or 3 jobs outstanding, and it's purely because we lost 2 guys. We're still playing catch up, and we don't want to let the clients down, because at the end of the day they've already emptied the kitchen, you know, they've got everything organized with other trades or removing sinks. So how can we like last minute just be like, oh, by the way, we're not going to be there for another week? Like, it's not on as well, you know. So you know what, it's been fucking tough, like so tough. Last like month it's been fucking relentless. I'm working stupid hours, I'm tired, fucking exhausted, and I'm stressed, and yeah, and it's my birthday tomorrow. It was Mikey's birthday today, and you know, all of this just sucks the fun out of it. Right, that's me done Friday. Thought it was gonna be another week of getting things done, but just not just has not been the case at all. But at least I've got here back to the workshop, and the carpenters have been in. They've made some good progress today. Second kitchen's going in. I've got to look at it from this angle. But yeah, starting to get there. We've got all the components over there to make a big island. So then there'll be one island here and like a bit more of a complex kitchen. I mean, the insides, you know, we can practice spraying the insides. This is where the old fridge was on the kitchen, and there's some big doors over there stacked up. So yeah, we'll be able to spray all of this. Then we got this kitchen already set up. We're gonna have another island here. And then yeah, we're gonna build the external of a house there. So we're gonna have the composite door, that'll be the door into the spray booth, the fascias and gutters so we can practice spraying that. And I'm gonna put textured paint on the wall so it looks like the external of a house. And then yeah, the lads can like practice painting the walls and masking off difficult surfaces so that we can yeah, get some really good hands-on practice. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there, and yeah, just say it's been another like tough week, but we got through it. You know, not everything got done, and we had a few mishaps, and yeah, so it's all a learning curve. Although it's been a tough week, but I've got stuff to bring to the table next week, and hopefully we can improve a little bit again and move a little bit closer to where we want to be. But to be honest, I think the solution lays in this room, in the academy. But I think next week one of the main focuses will be on the academy and also Drown's back. So yeah, so we got a lot of catching up to do, and I guess a lot of behind the scenes stuff to actually map out and plan and make sure we're organised now for jobs that are coming up. So this is all about the real life journey and what it's going to take to get to 7 figures, because I do feel like we're on the cusp of it, but you know, we still have a long way to go. That's the reality of it. But yeah, on that note, have a good week everyone.